conversation about this after this session. Seriously, I appreciate your
I
openness about
still
this.
don't have any input. I don't have any
No, that's
preference.
good. Tell
I
them
just
no.
have an opinion.
Well, don't you talk with Mike about what should or shouldn't come to the floor?
No,
Well, I'm one caucus member who has an opportunity to make a statement.
I mean, you can talk to him in private and say, Mike, you know, when you stood up for marriage equality, you said I can't look in the mirror and face myself if I write discrimination into Iowa code. I just can't do it. The same thing applies here. You know, can you really just completely turn your backs on our First Amendment rights by supporting this because of the Jewish lobby? My mother was Jewish. I don't really feel Jewish, but I can tell you that I appreciate that side of my heritage in limited ways, but absolutely I am deeply distressed at what I regard as the endlessly punitive and restrictive policies of Israel toward Palestine. And it's unacceptable to me. Frankly, I think Israel is a strategic liability for our country that we've got to open our eyes and understand that at some point. But that's a separate issue. That's a separate issue.
But let me tell you, Colonel Wilkerson, who was an aide to Bush and who chief of staff
Colin Powell.
to Colin Powell, said Israel is the biggest threat to U.S. security these days. So that's another issue. But I just want you to know there's other ways out there. I appreciate you saying this is a different issue. We're asking you to stand firm and say this doesn't belong in the United Senate at this time.
Just standing up for free speech is really what this is about.
We'll have a harder caucus on this.
Well,
is the caucus debate open?
and will the caucus debate determine whether or not it's allowed to come to the floor for a full vote? So Mike will listen to other Democrats who will speak either in favor of allowing it to go forward for a full debate and vote or not.
And you will look at the statements we sent you from the ACLU
and it is complicated. I had to spend some time this morning reading carefully and studying some of that information. I read it a couple of times because it is confusing. It is confusing, but at the end of the day, our rights of free speech are inviolate. And again, if you think about if the country involved here was South Africa, would we be saying no, there can't be any action taken that might possibly impact the economic well-being of South Africa as millions of people around the world tried to end apartheid?
No, I was here to
I mean, do you think if South Africa was the country in question here today, that it would be the same situation, that people would be happily saying, no, you can't have a BDS campaign against South Africa?